Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Welcome all to the comprehensive course on Buddhism. This is week 9, session 1, and we are continuing with our main topic, the way to a fortunate rebirth, 3 bases of merit, the best friend of confidence, and our teacher today is Venerable Bhikkhu Jnanashila. So Bante is right there. Bante, to start the session, Bante, I'm going to request you, Bante Buddhadatta, to please light up the candles by the Buddha. And we are starting our session on behalf of all the participants. I will be making a Kshamayachana. So I request all the participants, wherever you are, please hold your hands and join me in making the yachana. Ukasa vandami bhante dvaratayena maya kattam sabba paradham kamtu me bhante. Dutiyampi ukasa vandami bhante dvaratayena maya kattam sabba paradham kamtu me bhante. Tatiyampi okasa vandami bhante dvaratayena maya kattam sabba paradham kamtu me bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Bhante.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. First of all, I pay my homage to Lord Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, and I pay my humble salutation at the feet of Barabanteji, Acharya Buddhavakita Banteji, and I pay my homage at the feet of Kasaba Banteji, the abbot of present abbot of Mahabodhi Society, Bengaluru, and I pay my homage to all my teachers, Buddha Banteji, and I welcome all the upasakas and upasikas for this comprehensive course. So today my topic is about punya. And the subtopic is the 3-fold base of merit and the confidence. So the punya in Buddha's teaching, the punya means the good actions, whatever we do, good actions, that which gives us the happiness after remembering what we have done in the past, that which gives us happiness, where we can rejoice by doing this kind of deed, by doing this kind of punya. We can earn the merit, we can earn the punya. So many people do good things, many people do good actions, say you can earn punya in many ways. If you go to beggar colony, or if you go, you can see many poor people. If you go and help them, if you go and give food to them, if you go and give shelter, if you go and give the clothes, in this way also one can earn the merit. Very simple. You can earn the merit in many ways. So we should know that giving, helping someone and earning the merit, there are some different, like if you uh, earn merit with the understanding, like when we do puja, we at the end we say imina punya kamena amame bala samagamu satang samagamu hotu yava nibbana sa pachayo hotu. Like whenever we earn merit, we should always keep in our mind that this punya, the good action, this meritorious deed may be a condition to progress further in the Dhamma. So we should have that understanding. And the punya, this matters. And when we earn the punya can lead us, punya can give us a good birth. Punya can give us a good rebirth. One can be born in a good family without having any difficulties. Having some people, they born with physically handicapped or mentally not good. So when we earn punya, when we have enough punya, wherever we born, we will have all kinds of facilities. We will have, we won't face any kind of problem. We will be having physically fine and mentally also fine. So the punya can lead us, punya can give rebirth in a good family without having any difficulties mentally and physically. And punya can also, Lord Buddha says, the punya can also lead us to the Deva Loka. One can reborn in Deva Loka also. The Saka of Tawatingsa. He reborn there because of his good deeds, the punya he had earned in the past. So punya is something like, if we keep doing the punya day and night, this punya can become parami. If we continuously earn merit, and if we continuously do good deeds, the same punya can become, it has that strength of becoming parami. So there are, the Lord Buddha says, there are three bases of merit. That is dana, sila, and bhavana. For the lay people, Lord Buddha always emphasized that for a lay people, a lay people should start practicing Dhamma with dana. For monk, as we are monk, for us it is a little different. We start with the sila, samadhi, and panya. But for the lay people, it is dana, sila, and bhavana. Because when the lay people directly, they cannot do the things as the monk they do. First of all, the lay people should have the mind of detachment, like offering dana, giving up, sharing things what you have, what the lay people have, sharing things with others. So Lord Buddha always emphasized that lay people should start practicing Dhamma with dana, generosity. So when we give dana, we can give dana to anyone. We can give dana to poor people. We can give dana to animals. We can offer something to animals, insects. One can do punya, unmarried, give dana to anyone. But when we make the dana, we should know, why am I making this dana? What is the importance of giving this dana, and whom I'm giving this dana? Say if you give dana to, or if you feed food to animal, that is okay, good deed, that you can earn merit. But if you give food, or if you help someone who is trying to practice the Dhamma, one who is trying to attain the enlightenment, or one who is trying to purify one's mind, if you give dana to that kind of people, that kind of person, then the merit, it becomes double. One can earn merits more than giving dana to any animal or any poor people. So with this understanding, we should offer the dana. We should know whom am I offering the dana and what is the importance of the dana. So Lord Buddha says there are three kinds of giver, the dana. The first one, Lord Buddha says, dana pati, one who gives dana wholeheartedly, like one who gives dana lordly. He will give dana freely, and he will also have the understanding that I'm offering this dana. Because of this dana, may I progress in Dhamma. Because of this dana, these people whom I'm offering, one who is trying to progress in the Dhamma, these people attain Nibbana. Like that, having this understanding, with this understanding, if one offers the dana, then he will be called the Danapati. One who has understanding like this, with full of understanding, with full of confidence, with full of saddha, if he offers like this, then he will be called the Danapati, the giver who gives broadly, freely, wholeheartedly. And the second kind of giver who gives dana, make offerings, is called Dana Sahaya, friendly giving. He will give things, he will offer things, he will make great danas, he will offer to everyone, but he will not have the understanding, like, why am I giving this? What is the purpose of giving this? Am I giving to the right person? So he will not have this kind of understanding. Just blindly he will offer. He will offer to anyone. He will offer nicely, friendly. So this kind of person is called Dana Sahaya. The last one is Dana Dasa, a giver who gives unwillingly. He has to give, somehow he has to give, so he gives unwillingly. He doesn't want to give, but situation make him to give. So this kind of giver who gives dana is called the Dana Dasa, not wholeheartedly. Half-heartedly he gives the dana. So Lord Buddha always emphasized the upasakas and upasikas, the monks, to be the Danapati. Give your dana, offer, make offering with full understanding, with full of saddha, with full of confidence. Why am I giving the dana? Whom am I giving the dana? So the Lord Buddha always emphasize and encourage to be the Danapati, the first one, the Danapati. And whom we should give the dana? In one of the sutta called Velama Sutta from Anguttara Nikaya, when the discourse was given, when the Lord Buddha was staying at Anathapindika's monastery, the Savatthi, and one day the Anathapindika Upasaka, who used to be regular, used to come to the monastery regularly. So one day he came and he paid homage to the Lord Buddha and sat on one side. Then the Lord Buddha asked, the Anathapindika Upasaka. Lord Buddha asked, Upasaka, do you make offering nowadays like earlier? Is your offering, the program is going on well? Then with full-handed, the Anathapindika, he replied to the Lord, Lord, I'm doing dana every day, but not as earlier. I used to give dana, different kind of food, different items I used to offer to the monks. But nowadays, it is not like that. Still, we are trying to give the dana. We are giving some rice gruel, like not that delicious food with some pickle. So we are trying to give the dana. We are giving the dana to the monks. We are offering pindapada to the monks every day. Then the Lord Buddha, Lord Buddha says to Anathapindika Upasaka, he says, "Oh Upasaka, you do not worry what you give. That doesn't matter. It matters with what mind, with what understanding you are giving, with what intention you are giving the dana." Then he says, Lord Buddha says, once in the past, there was a Brahmin called Velama. The Brahmin, he used to live in a big city, and in that city there was in four directions there was four gates to enter the city. So he had lot of wealth, the Velama Brahmin. He had a lot of wealth, and whoever come in the city at the gate, this Velama Brahmin used to offer gold, 80,000 gold, 80,000 gold, silver, this kind of offering he used to make. And he used to give the food, he used to give the clothes, and he used to give this horse and elephant. So he used to make a great offering. Whoever comes in the city, he used to make this offering. Then the Lord Buddha says, "Oh Brahmin, at that time, though he said that the Velama Brahmin was himself, the Lord Buddha. When he was fulfilling the parami, he was born as a Velama Brahmin. So he said, that Brahmin Velama, though I made these great offerings, 80,000, 84,000 gold, 84,000 silver, this kind of offering, though I made in the past, it was not equivalent to you. Now you're making this offering to the monks every day. It is not equivalent to what I made in the past as a Velama Brahmin. Why? Why it is not equivalent? Then Lord Buddha says, because there was no one who was worthy of receiving the dana. That means there at the time of the Velama, while he was fulfilling the parami, there was no Arya person, there was no monk. He was offering to the people, ordinary people. There was no Dhamma, there was no one practicing the Dhamma. So it is not that equivalent to now that you are offering the rice gruel, the pickle to the monk. It is not equivalent to that also. Then Lord Buddha says, whom you should make the offering, whom you should make the offering. Then Lord Buddha says, if you offer to someone who is with right view, who knows Dhamma, who has the right view, if you offer to that kind of person, then you will earn a lot of punya. So Lord Buddha says, if one offers dana to a person who is with right understanding, who has the samadhi, if we offer to that person, then we can earn a lot of merit. Then again, Lord Buddha says, Upasaka, if you offer dana to a Sotapanna who has attained the first stage of Aryahood, if you offer to that official, it will give more punya. You can earn more punya than offering to to 100 person who is with right view. So Sotapanna, offering to a Sotapanna, it's more beneficial. You can earn merit more. Then again, Lord Buddha says, if you offer to a Sagadagami, who is at the second level at the second stage of Aryahood, if you offer to that kind of person, if you offer to a Sagadagami, then you will earn more merit than you offer to a Sotapanna. Likewise, Lord Buddha explained to Anathapindika, again he says, O Upasaka, if you offer to a Anagami, who is once returner, at the stage of third, who is at the stage of third Aryahood, if you offer to a Anagami, who is once returner, then you can earn more merit than offering to a Anagami. Then again, Lord Buddha says, if you offer to a Arahant, the fully enlightened one, if you offer to a Arahant, then you can earn more merit than offering to a Anagami, offering to 100 Anagami. So if you offer to a Arahant Bhanteji, we can earn more merit than offering to 100 Anagami person. Again, Lord Buddha says, O Upasaka, if you offer to a Pacheka Buddha, the next to the Lord Buddha, the Pacheka Buddha, who takes 2 Asankhya and 1 lakh aeons to fulfill the parami, and he himself attained the Buddhahood. He attains the Pacheka Buddha. If you offer to a Pacheka Buddha, then you can earn more merits than offering to 100 Arahanta people, Arahanta persons. Then Lord Buddha keeps explaining to the Anathapindika Upasaka, and again Lord Buddha says, O Upasaka, if you offer to a Sammasambuddha, it is more good, it is more beneficial. You will get more merits than offering to a 500 Pacheka Buddha. If you offer to a 500 Pacheka Buddha, then you won't get that much of merit if you offer to a Sammasambuddha, the supremely enlightened one who takes Asankhayas, till 16 Asankhayas, 4, 8, and 16 Asankhayas of time to fulfill the parami. Again, Lord Buddha says to Anathapindika, he says, Upasaka, if you offer to a Sangha, the group of monks headed by the supremely enlightened Buddha, the Sammasambuddha, it is more beneficial. You can earn more merit. Lord Buddha explains to the Anathapindika. Then again, Lord Buddha says, it is more fruitful, it is far better if you offer to a person who has gone in the refuse of the triple gem, who has taken Tisarana with full understanding, with full saddha. He knows what is triple gem, the Tisarana. If you offer to a person who has gone in the undertaken the triple gem, if you offer to that person, then it is more beneficial, it is more better, much better than offering to a Sangha headed by the Buddha. Then again, Lord Buddha explains, O Upasaka, it is much better, it is far better if you offer to a person who has taken the Panchasila, who has taken the Sila and practices the Sila with full understanding, with full saddha, if he practices the sila, if he doesn't break the sila, it is more better to offer to this person than offering to a person who has gone to the triple gem, who has taken the Tisarana. So step by step, Lord Buddha explains to the Anathapindika Upasaka who is more worthy of receiving the dana, who is more suitable of receiving the dana. Again, Lord Buddha explains to the Anathapindika Upasaka, Lord Buddha says, it is more beneficial, it is more good, much better, far better to offer to a person who develops the metta, who practices the metta, who develops the metta, who has the metta for everyone. It is better to offer to this person than offering to a person who has taken the Panchasila and who practices the Panchasila. It is much better to offer to a person who develops the Metta Bhavana, who do the Metta Bhavana and who has the Metta for everyone. Again, at the end, the Lord Buddha explains to Anathapindika, he says, O Upasaka, it is much better, it is good, you will earn more merits if you offer to a person who has developed the perception of impermanent, who has developed the mind, who has developed the perception of impermanence. If the person has developed the perception, who has realized the impermanence just for a second, though it be just for a second, if you offer to that kind of person, if you offer to that person, then it is much better than offering to a person who has metta for everyone. Like this, step by step, the Lord Buddha explains to the Anathapindika Upasaka that who is worthy of, who is suitable of receiving the dana. So this is how the Lord Buddha explains, this is how the Lord Buddha tells to the Anathapindika Upasaka that offering only things, offering in great way, it is not important. How we are offering, how we are making dana, and with full understanding why we are making this dana. If one person offers like this with full saddha, and if he offers to a person who is really worthy of receiving the dana, then it gives more punya, it gives more fruit, it is more beneficial. So this dana is the first step a lay person should start doing while practicing the Dhamma. And next, in 3 bases of merit, the next is the Sila. In one of the Gatha in Dhammapada, Lord Buddha says, Na puppa gandho pativatameti, na chandanang tagara mallikawa, satancha gandho pativatameti, sabbadisab puriso tameti. It says, the fragrance of flowers, the fragrance of the flowers of chandana, the tagara and mallika, the fragrance of these flowers, it blows through with the winds. It blows everywhere with the winds. But who has the sila, who practices the sila, who doesn't break the sila, who is very serious about the sila, who practices the sila, the fragrance of the sila, it blows, it spreads everywhere. It spreads against the wind. The voice praise the who keeps the sila. The fragrance of the sila, it reaches to the Devaloka also. It means the Devaloka also comes to help who preserve, who practices, who keep the Sila. Like as a Upasaka and Upasika, you all have the Panchasila, and occasionally you all take the Upasata Silas. But for monk, we practice our Patimokkha Sila. We practice our own Patimokkha Sila. For lay people, it is Panchasila, as you do not get much time, as you you earn money, you you do your work, you always busy doing work all day, so you do not get time to practice the Dhamma, the Sila, as the monk who has left his home and his parents and staying at monastery daily. He practices the Sila. So the Lord Buddha says, as a disciple of the Lord Buddha, the disciple of the Lord Buddha, we should wear the ornaments. We should keep our ornaments well. So what is the ornament? The ornaments is this: we should wear the ornaments, the Sila ornaments. We should keep the Sila. We should practice the Sila sincerely. We should know the importance of the Sila. Once a young Upasaka asked the Lord Buddha, he asked, Lord, why there are some people who are very, really weak and some are really strong? Physically, mentally, they are very strong. Some are at the same time, some are physically, mentally also they are weak. Why is that? Why is like that? Then Lord Buddha answered to the young Upasaka. He says, "Oh Upasaka, there are some people who practices the Dhamma, who practices the Sila. Those who practices the Sila, they are always happy. They always find the happiness. He always, the one who practices the Sila, always stay happily. And some people who fails to practice the Sila, they break the Sila, then they fall into misery. They go to Niraya. They're born as a person. Sometimes they're born as a human being, but they always face suffering. They always face problem. Though they're born as a human being, they will be having mentally problem. They will be having physical problem. So we should know the importance of the Sila. The Panchasila, very first Panchasila is, it covers the whole, mentally also, physically also, the verbally also, it covers. We should, when we understand the importance of the Sila, we won't break the Sila. For instance, say if we break the Panchasila, very first one, Panatipata Veramani, if we kill anyone, if we kill living being, or if we do Adinna Dana, if we steal, then police come and catch us. Police put us in the jail. In this very life, we can see the law of karma. We can see the importance of the Sila, how much it is important to keep the Sila. Because once we break the Sila, Panchasila, a police comes and catch. So in this very life, we should know, we can see the importance, how it works. And it also works after our death. When we die, the Sila, how we lived our life, how we led our life, this is what the matters. Did we break the Sila, or how we lived our life? So we should know the importance of the Sila. And in the connection with the virtue, Lord Buddha gives example. When at the time of the Lord Buddha, there was a Samnera, whose his name was Samkicha. when he born, his mother died after a few days. So his relative adopted his relative took him to their home, and some fortune teller told them, this Samkicha Samnera's relative, some fortune teller told them that if you keep this boy with you, then there will be a great loss for all of you. So if you make him as a sannyasi, as a ascetic, then there is no problem. The fortune teller told to this Samkicha Samnera's relative. So this relative, they got frightened, and they sent this Samkicha Samnera to Sariputta Bhante. So Sariputta Bhante was the in charge of the small novices. He used to take care of these small novices, and whenever there is small novice who comes for the ordination, he used to give the ordination. So when Samkicha was taken to the Sariputta Bhanteji, Sariputta Bhanteji ordained him as a Samnera, and his name became Samkicha Samnera. And at the age of 7, when he was at the age of 7, he became Arahatta. He got the Aryahood, and he became Arahan due to his past merits, due to his fulfillment of the Parami. So once the 30 monks came to the Lord Buddha, and these 30 monks, they asked the meditation subject what they should do. Then Lord Buddha always, the monks used to come to the Lord Buddha always, and they used to ask the meditation subject and what they should do. So Lord Buddha gave them no particular subject that they should do meditation on, and the Lord Buddha said to these 30 bhikkhu Bhantejis, Lord Buddha, so by seeing in future, foreseeing this, there is a danger that these 30 monks can face. These 30 monks may face. So Lord Buddha told to these 30 monks, "O monks, when you are going to this forest, you go and meet first to Sariputta Bhanteji. You pay your respect and you go to the forest and do your meditation." So these 30 monks, they paid respect to Lord Buddha, and they approached to the Sariputta Bhanteji. And when they came to Sariputta Bhanteji, and when they were paying respect to the Sariputta Bhanteji, foreseeing this, there is a problem, there is a danger these 30 monks can face. So he, foreseeing that, he told this Samkicha Samnera to go with these 30 monks. He said, "Samnera, you go with this 30 monk, these Bhantejis, and you assist them. You help them. So this Samkicha Samnera, he agreed to this, and he went with the 30 monks. So while they were meditating in the jungle, there were a group of robbers who used to make sacrifice in a year, one sacrifice in a year. They used to sacrifice a human being. They used to sacrifice a human. So while these 30 monks and Samkicha Samnera was meditating, they were doing meditation, then these robbers, the group of robbers came and told them that we want one of you. We want to make the sacrifice. So I want one of you to come. Otherwise, we have to force, and we have to take one of you. Then the most senior Bhanteji, he came forward and told everyone that I want to go. You all stay, I will go. Otherwise, because of one person, everyone has to die. So this senior Bhanteji, he came forward and told to other monks that you stay back, I'll go with these robbers. Then again, this second senior Bhanteji, he came forward and told this senior Bhanteji that you don't go, Bhanteji, you stay back. I will go because you are the leader of our group. So if there is no leader, then how they will manage things, how they will do the meditation? You stay back, I will go. So like this, all the monks tried to go with that. At the end, this Samkicha Samnera, he told all the Bhantejis, Bhanteji, you stay back, I will go. And I will go with the these robbers, with these people. So you all stay back. So somehow he convinced this Bhanteji and he paid his respect and he went with the this group of robbers. When they reached at the sacrifice this place, and the group of these robbers, they put this Samkicha Samnera, they make him to lay down, and they're about to cut his head. And these robbers, one of them, he came forward and he tried to cut the Samkicha Samnera, but he was not able to cut the Samkicha Samnera. So he thought, what is happening? And he asked, why it is like this? This is so miracle. Why am I not able to cut? And you are not, you seem you are not afraid of dying. You're not afraid of, they're going to cut you, but you are not afraid of this. Why is it like this? They asked this Samnera. Then the Samnera said, "O robbers, I am the Arahant one. I am the Arya. I am Arahant. And Arahant do not fear of death. You come and cut me. You come and make the sacrifice." Again, this leader, he tries to kill the Samkisa Samnera, but again he fails. Then he suddenly, one thought came to this robber, the leader. He said, "This is so miracle. Is something wrong with this Samnera?" Then he said, "Oh, he's Arya. This sword. When I try to kill this Samnera, this sword doesn't go. This sword can understand this importance of Arya Samnera, how great this Samnera is. So why I'm not understanding the importance of Arya? I am a human being. I should know what am I doing? Why am I doing this?" So suddenly he got this understanding that, oh, this is an Arya Samnera. Though he is little one, though he is very small Samnera, but he is a Arya. So he got this understanding, and he threw this sword and he asked forgiveness to the Samnera. He asked that, "Forgive me. This is the huge mistake I was supposed to make." So this robber, the leader, he told everyone that I am going to become a Samnera under this little Samnera. He asked this Samnera Samkicha that, "Please make me Samnera and take with you." Then Samnera, he makes this all the robbers, group of robbers, as a Samnera. He made them. He gave them the chivara there, and he brings back to the Sariputta Bhanteji. So that is how Lord Buddha gives example how important is the sila, how important the virtue is. At the end of this accident, Lord Buddha says, it is better to live one day, only one day, practicing the sila, practicing the silas, knowing the importance of the silas, than living 100 years. That means if you live one day with full understanding, with full mindfulness, with keeping the sila, without breaking any sila, it is good, much better than living 100 years without practicing the sila. So this is how the importance of the Lord Buddha, importance of the Sila Lord Buddha said. And the last base of merit is bhavana, the meditation. Bhavana means the chitta visuddhi, purification of the mind, or developing one's mind. How we can develop our minds? We can develop our minds doing meditation, doing dana, practicing sila, doing bhavana. So bhavana means mainly we can do bhavana like anapanasati as we normally do. We can do vipassana. Well, there are 40 subjects that one can do as a samatha meditation, and vipassana this is different. It penetrates our mind, and we see the reality of our body and mind while we are doing vipassana. So we can do the bhavana also, the metta bhavana, anapanasati. These are all comes under this 40 subject of samatha meditation. So Lord Buddha again explains our mind, about our mind. Lord Buddha says our mind is like a wild elephant. The elephant who always he enjoys to stay in the jungle. He will enjoy staying in the jungle. The elephant will not will not come out to the towns and stay in the towns. The elephant always enjoys staying in the jungle. Like that, our mind also, the mind who is not trained, the mind which is not tame, the mind always enjoys. It enjoys in lobha, dosa, and moha. It enjoys to have greed. It enjoys to have hatred, and the mind which is full of ignorance, it enjoys in this sense in this world, taking the sensual pleasures. So Lord Buddha says one should develop one's mind. One should try to eradicate the kilesas, the defilements, and it is always, Lord Buddha says, it is always beneficial and it is always helpful if we train our mind. A trained mind, a tame mind, always give happiness. There is nothing stronger than having a mind which is tame and which is trained. So this is how the Lord Buddha encouraged to progress in the Dhamma, to understand the importance of dana, sila, and bhavana. And the Lord Buddha says that we should have the confidence, we should have the saddha to do this. What kind of confidence? Lord Buddha says there are 4 kinds of confidence in which we should have. The first one is whatever beings are there in this world, whatever beings are there in this 31 loka, whether this being is with one without food or with 1 feet or 2 feet, whatever extent the beings there are in this world, they are not equivalent. Among them, the Tathagata, the Lord Buddha, the Tathagata is the best. So we should have understand the confidence in the Buddha. Again, the second confidence that we should have in is to whatever extent there are things which are conditioned. Among them, the Arya-thangika Magga. The Arya-thangika Magga is the best among the things which are there, which is conditioned in this world. Among them, the Arya-thangika Magga is the best. If we follow the Arya-thangika Magga, it leads to the Nibbana. It gives the best result. And the third, Lord Buddha says, we should have confidence in the thing in dispassion. whatever extent there are things which are conditions and which are unconditioned. Among them, the dispassion is the thing, the best. Dispassion is the best among all the conditions and unconditioned things. Dispassion means detachment. It indicates the attachment, detachment. That is nibbana. Again, the fourth, Lord Buddha says, whatever extent there are communities, there are group of people in the world. Many group of people are there, many communities are there in the world. Among them, the Tathagata's disciple, the Arya Sangha, the group of monk, the Sangha is the best. They are declared as the best community in the world. So we should have this confidence. We should have confidence in these four things, because these things are a supreme. We should know these things can lead us to the nibbana. So the confidence, the saddha, we should also have confidence in the kamma and vipaka. How the kamma and vipaka it works. What is the law of kamma? If we should know, we should have saddha. We should have saddha in a good kamma, kusala kamma. We should know what is akusala kamma. We should have saddha. We should have confidence in sangha, the Buddha. We should have saddha, the confidence in Arya Thangika Magga. So like this, Lord Buddha emphasized, Lord Buddha encourages us to have confidence in these four things. So with this small Dhamma talk, I would like to conclude here. May you all be happy and well.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante. Thank you very much for your Dhammadana today and a great discourse. I'm going to open up the session for question and answer. Okay, Bhante. Bhante, your first question came related to the references of the discussion between Anathapindaka and Lord Buddha. Can you provide some references to that, Bhante? Where can we find those sutta?
Sorry, Upasaka, which Anathapindika and Lord Buddha?
Yeah, Anathapindaka and Lord Buddha, yes, Bhante.
Tell the sutta name or?
Yes, Bhante, yeah. If you can give the sutta name or where can we find that sutta, that would be nice, Bhante.
Okay, this sutta is called Velama Sutta from Anguttara Nikaya.
Okay, thank you, Bhante. Okay, Bhante. So the next question is, can you please clarify how offering dana to person who is devoted to walk on Dhamma path, following all precepts established with understanding of impermanence, even for a second, is much better than giving dana to Samyak Sambuddha? Can you please explain on that, Bhante?
Yes, in Velama Sutta it is said that offering to a Sammasam Buddha or offering to a Sangha either by the Sammasam Buddha, or one, as I explained, one who takes goes refused in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and one who takes the Panchasila, and if one who develop the metta, it is much better than offering to a person who develop the person's perception of impermanence, though it is for a second. If one develops the perception of impermanence, it is much better. The Buddha says like this in the sutta.
Okay, thank you very much, Bhante. Bhante, the next question is, can you please guide in today's world how we can fulfill our dana parami? You had mentioned about different types of dana, danapati, dana sahaya. But in this world, how can we fulfill our dana parami? There is no Buddha today. How do we do that?
Yes, no, we don't have a living Buddha whom we can go and offer the dana. But as we come in contact in the Dhamma, we have an understanding what is the importance of the dana. So what we can do is, while we are offering the dana, we should make this determination that because of this dana, may I progress in Dhamma. Because of this dana may help me to progress in Dhamma. May I have that ability to understand the Dhamma, exact point of the Dhamma. Like this, one can uh, determine while making the dana. As we don't have the Lord Buddha, so we can go to the monastery. We can go to any monastery and offering to the monks. The group of sangha nowadays, the sangha, though there is no Lord Buddha, but still there are monks, the sangha, who represents the sangha, Arya sangha. I cannot say there is no Arya. I don't know about whether there is Arya or not, but it is. I don't think I should say there is no Arya, but there may be Arya Baptist. So we can go to the sangha monastery. We can offer sangha, and it is good to offer to the sangha. One can earn uh, more merit. One can earn more merit than offering to anyone who is not in the Dhamma.
Thank you very much, Bante. Bante, this next question is, in general, people think that we should be giving dana to those who are in desperate need, those who need it more. So how do we answer that? So we have these categories where giving dana to Arya becomes more meritorious, then giving dana to Sangha becomes more meritorious. But in general, the perception in society is that we should be giving dana only to the people who are in desperate need. Can you comment on this one, Bante, a little bit?
Yes, Upasaka. And the Lord Buddha always encouraged to give the dana. Lord Buddha just said that, he explains that it is good to offer to a person who is on right path. And if one offers to a person who is desperate, who really needs help, if you offer to that person, it is always good. It is not like it is not good. It is good to offer the dana to a person who is needy. Say, Lord Buddha explains, like, if there is a person who is really hungry, and he comes to the monastery, and in monastery, the monks, they give discourse Dhamma. They give Dhamma to everyone. So when one comes to the monastery, if he is hungry, then first we should offer the food. Then we should give that top. So like this, when one is desperate, one who is needy, first we should give to the this needy. But we should also have the understanding that this is not the it is good to offer to the needy, but we should also have this understanding, whom we should offer and what is the importance of offering to this person and offering to the Sangha. So we should have this understanding.
Thank you very much, Bante, for that clarification. Bante, the next question is, while giving dana, can we make aspiration to get Dhamma in next birth?
Yes, Upasaka, we can make this aspiration, we can make this determination that, in next birth, we come in contact with the Dhamma. This is very good. We should make this kind of, determination while we are making the dana.
Okay, thank you very much, Bante. Bante, the next question is, where can we find the story of Sanchika? Sankicha.
Sankicha Samnera.
Yes, Bante, yeah.
Yeah, we can find there's a book called, this is the book. Let me see. That's word.
In the Buddha, okay.
Bhikkhu Bodhi Bhanteji's, this Anguttara Nikaya, Bhikkhu Bhanteji's book.
Okay.
You can find this book, Anguttara Nikaya.
Thank you, Bante. Bante, the next question is, can you please elaborate on Samma Sambuddha and Pacceka Buddha, Bante? What is the difference in their Buddhahood, their characteristics, or anything like that?
Okay. The Samma Sambuddha and Pacceka Buddha, there are some few differences. Like the both are called Buddha, but the duration of fulfilling the parami, there are certain different. Like Pacceka Buddha, they take 2 asankhya and 1 lakh kalpa to fulfill their parami to become a Pacceka Buddha. Whereas the Samma Buddha takes, in Samma Buddha, there are 3 kinds of bodhisattva. Like they are going to be Buddha in future, but the way they fulfill it, because of that, the duration they fulfill the parami is because of that. There are 3 kinds of bodhisattva who becomes Samma Buddha in future. The first one is Saddhadika, Panyadhika, whose main while they fulfill the parami, they uses this panya. So they take less time than Saddha and Viryadhika Bodhisattva. Panyadhika Bodhisattva take 4 asankhya and 1 lakh kalpa. And second one is Saddhadhika. They use this Saddha while they are practicing the parami. So they take 8 asankhya and 1 lakh kalpa. And the last one is Viryadhika Bodhisattva, who takes 16 asankhya and 1 lakh kalpa. They uses their virya, the strength, to fulfill the parami. So these 3 bodhisattva, Panyadhika, Saddhadhika, Viryadhika, they fulfill their parami and they become Samma Sambuddha. And when once they attain the Samma Sambuddha, the Buddhahood, they are equivalent, they are same. Whereas the Pacceka Buddha, they fulfill parami in 2 asankhya and 1 lakh kalpa. And when this Pacceka Buddha, they come in a group, they become Pacceka Buddha in a group. Almost more than 500, at least 500, this Pacceka Buddha comes at one time in this world. There is only one Samma Buddha comes at one time. So there are some differences, and both of these Buddha, they become Buddha on their own. And the Pacceka Buddha, they don't give Dhamma talk much, they don't preach much, they stay on their own. Whereas the Samma Buddha, he preaches the Dhamma and he guides the people to practice the Dhamma. This is how there are some differences, but they're called the Buddha.
Bante, this next question is related to the mindset while giving the dana. What should be the mindset before giving the dana, at the time of giving the dana, and after giving the dana? What are the effects if one gives the dana but later on regrets about it, or not happy about it? Then how does the merit how does the merit gets affected? Merit on gets affected.
Yes, while we are making dana, we should always have first the saddha. And as I said in the discourse, that we should know, we should understand the importance of the dana. And while we are giving, we should give with full saddha, and before giving, one should have full saddha. While giving, one should have full saddha and understanding, full of understanding. And after giving the dana, after finishing making offering, then also one should feel happy about this. One should have understanding. One should think that I made this dana. Who knows? I may stay alive or not tomorrow. So now I'm alive. Now I'm living. Let us make this dana. So like this, one should think. One should rejoice in the offering. This kind of thought one should have while making dana, after making dana, and before making dana. One should not regret after making the dana.
Thank you very much, Bhante. Bhante, this next question is, does giving dana to NGOs who need it to take care of health, education, and other needs of poor people is also meritorious dana, Bhante?
Yes, Upasaka, this is meritorious dana because you're helping someone. Because of your dana, someone will get benefited. You are not expecting in return. You're trying to help someone. So of course, this is meritorious.
Okay, thank you,
One can
Bhante.
earn.
Yeah, yes, Bhante, please continue, Bhante. Sorry.
Yeah, this is, one can earn punya by doing this dana.
Okay, thank you very much, Bhante. Bhante, can you guide how in today's world, if we can still stay in family and keep following precepts? Sometimes we have to break precepts in our day-to-day life or in our day-to-day work, so that we are able to make our living. How do we keep following the precepts, Bhante?
Sometimes we break, yes, sometimes we break sila and we cannot keep our sila. Sometimes it happens. But we should take the sila and we should try to improve and try to improve. Every time we break, we should make the determination from next time we should not break. And we should not really break when we take the sila. Breaking sila is not good, but which kind of sila we break, it's also important. And it is, we always don't get success in keeping sila. It is natural that we sometimes break the sila, but we should not be sad about it. We should not be worried about it. From next time, we should make strong determination to not break the sila. So while we are living in a group, we are living in a society, sometimes it happens, but we should be more mindful. We should be more dedicated in keeping the sila. So we should improve little by little, gradually. But it happens sometime.
Okay, thank you very much, Bhante. Bhante, this one question is, in a particular situation, we have made dana to a person and we kind of made the dana without any expectation. But the person who received the dana keeps on reminding us about the dana that he received. And sometimes that doesn't give out a good feeling. How do we handle this situation, Bhante?
Sometimes that doesn't give good feeling.
That's what it's written, Bhante, here, yes.
Oh, no, one should have good feeling. One should have good feeling because everybody cannot make this dana, no? So we should have good feeling about it, that we could make this dana. So, and while after making the dana, whenever we remember, it gives kind of joy. We rejoice in dana. So whenever we remember that we have done good karma, we have done the dana. So it gives a kind of good feeling. So we should not. It should not bother. So we should rejoice in it. So we should feel good about it. We should not feel bad about this.
Thank you very much, Bante. Bante, at least the questions I could see related to today's topics are covered here, Bante. Okay, one more question came in, Bante. As I know, Lord Buddha suggests to do dana is for detaching from everything as the main purpose. So we give out dana with the understanding that I don't have any attachment to whatever I am giving dana to. How to practice this in our day-to-day life, make it part of a habit?
We should make this habit, but it is not that this easy to make this habit. Sometimes if we forget things, so here we should have the mindfulness about making dana, and yes, we should have more mindfulness, and when we are associating with the monks, or one is having good friends who goes to the monastery, who makes the dana always, time to time. So we should have that kind of association. Because of this association, you will, have this thought of making dana. So coming to the monastery, listening to the discourse. If there's no monastery in this your area, then one can listen to the discourse on YouTube like this. If we try to do, if we have this determination, then we can make a habit. Say we can, if I make this determination that I will make a dana or 2 dana in 1 month, then obviously we can do that. Like, if one has a strong determination, if one has that strong wish to make the dana, like this, little by little we can make it habit, and detachment. Somehow at the end we have to be, eradicate this attachment. We have to eradicate the good also. We have to eradicate the bad also. First of all, we should eradicate. We should leave the attachment. We should leave this akusala, and again at the end, we should leave. We must leave the kusala also. Only earning punya is not enough to attain the nibbana. Punya will not lead you the punya will not give you the nibbana. Punya will give you, in higher place, will be born in a family, will have all kind of facilities. But we should, at the end, we should also have to leave this punya also. We need to leave, eradicate this good and bad both. The nibbana is beyond this good and bad. So we should have this kind of understanding, and we should try to make this habit of offering.
Thank you very much, Bante. Bante, one more question. So dana is not always in physical form. Sometimes we give dhamma dana, that is talk. Sometimes people make danas that is not in a actual physical form. It is not a give. It is not like a worldly thing. So what type of dana gives more merits, Bante, more satisfactory merits?
It depends on what one have. Like if one has this all the material thing that he wants to give dana, and this is okay. If someone is really poor, he cannot give dana, then how he will give the dana? Then he can do metta bhavana. He can share one's merits with others. That is also dana. He can talk to others about dhamma. That is also dana. He can smile, while he is talking to someone. He can smile, and he spreading a good atmosphere of love. You can do physically also. You go and help someone like this. These all are kind of dana. We can help someone. We can smile and help someone. We can show our teeth. So like this, these all are kind of dana we can do.
Okay, Bante, thank you very much, Bante. And if you allow me to take a couple of questions that are not directly related to today's topic, Bante.
I will try, Upasak.
Okay, thank you very much, Bante. So one should do meditation as per either of the 40 kammatthana, or only vipassana is a good kammatthana to attend Nibbana.
This kamathana, the 40 kamathana, it make our mind calm. It make our mind calm for temporarily. It is not the end. While we are doing anapanasati, it makes our mind calm and we feel the calmness, we feel joy. But the kamathana, it doesn't eradicate the lobha, dosa, and moha. It makes our mind calm. But vipassana, whereas vipassana, after having this calm mind, if we do vipassana, we can be more focused on our meditation. And in vipassana, what we do is, whatever feeling is there, within vipassana, whatever is there in the mind, we think, we feel it, and we try to see it and how it comes and how it goes. And by seeing that sensation, the thing, the feeling, by seeing this, observing this, we try to understand the impermanent anicca. So this is vipassana is directly related to the, direct eradicating the mental defilement. This is how this two are a little different, but some kamathana, this samatha kamathana is also important. The first, very basic. One cannot go directly to vipassana stage. One will not be able to do. But step by step, if you do samatha, the kamathana meditation, then one can progress gradually.
Thank you so much, Bante. Bante, this next one is, how can we recognize Pacceka Buddha?
Pacceka, I will just answer this question. Pankajji?
Yes, Bante. Yes, Bante.
See, Pacceka Buddhas are the enlightened ones. They're called the silent Buddhas. They usually appear in numbers, not in singles like one Sammasambuddha or like Arahantas. They appear in hundreds, in thousands. Normally, they appear in Himalayas, and their main focus is to bring back the sila. They will teach the sila. They will bring about cultures and civilization among the people, but they cannot teach the wisdom. They also cannot enlighten others. Unlike the Buddha, so Sammasambuddha, but he can enlighten others. When someone, a monk or a nun or a laity, anybody, when we listen to Dhamma from the Buddha, we gain that vision of enlightenment. The Buddhas have that skillful means, or he has that as enlightened teacher, he could able to establish others in the path of enlightenment. Whereas Pacceka Buddhas, they lack in igniting or giving that enlightenment to others. But they can bring about the wholesale change in the civilization. They can bring the sila, they can encourage the people to follow sila. They can also teach the samadhi, but they are unable to teach the panya. That is how we can distinguish a Sammasambuddha and a Pacceka Buddha. But in the sense of their enlightenment, the bodhi, they are the same. Whether they are Pacceka Buddha, Sammasambuddha, or Arahantas, the nature of enlightenment remains the same.
Thank you very much, Bhante. Bhante, this one question, I will put it to you, Bhante. I'll try to combine a couple of questions that I see here, Bhante, and hopefully I'm able to convey the same meaning that the person wanted to put on to. So the question is like this, Bhante. If everyone wants to make dana only to the people who are following Dhamma, then who would give the people who are in poverty? Because most of the time, the people who needs the dana most, they are also in a situation where they are not following the Dhamma at all, or they have a very less Dhamma in their life. How should we go about this, Bhante?
First of all, we should also listen to our intentions, our wishes. Dana should be given with compassionate heart, with loving heart, with the thought that it would remove the other people's suffering. While you are performing dana, you should also remember you don't have to distinguish between anybody, whether a person is a Dhamma followers or not. But for an individual who would like to perfect the paramis or would like to gain the merits, he should not think about anything else. It just give and give without any expectation. Just give for the sake of gaining the deliverance or to remove the person's suffering, right? Now, if you look at the life of the Buddha as a bodhisattva, how he fulfilled. The bodhisattvas even give his life, he relinquished his life for the sake of animals. Then he should have think that, well, they are animals, I should not offer dana. Also, sometimes he offer dana to the human beings, also to the monks. So, dana, being a highest virtue, it should be cultivated very systematically. It should be cultivated as a virtue. But it is also if there is, say, the receivers is worthy of receiving the dana, no doubt it would give more result, more fruits. For the receiver, if there is a sangha, a virtuous and noble sangha, when you offer to them or to the enlightened monks, then it surely give us abundant fruit. But having said that, even to offer to an animals or offer to a person who is in need, it also gives results. It also gives punya, no doubt. So while performing dana, we should not put up all those conditions, because that conditions will discourage the people to offer dana. Dana at first place, if you are willing to offer dana, you should give it immediately. You give it to the poor people who are in suffering, give the poor people who are in need, or the people who are seeking for some help, seeking out. You should extend your helping hand compassionately. But if you offer to those people, that will give result. If you are expecting that you would get more results or more fruits, then no doubt the Sangha is headed by the Tathagata, the Buddha himself. The Buddha also said in one of the sutta that Sangha Dinang Hoti Mahaphalang Mahanisansa. The gift given to the Sangha brings the highest result. So that way you have to understand. I think this is clear. So you put dana with a good heart, with a noble heart, just like the bodhisattvas, he fulfill the paramis. The same way you have to follow is a way of life.
Thank you very much, Bhante. And if you allow me to take one more, not related to today's topic, Bhante. Okay, I found one more with today's topic, Bhante, so I'll take that one first. Do soldiers gain merit of dana when they give their life for country?
It is very difficult to answer this question actually. I cannot comment on this because it's also something which is related with the person's state of mind, in what state they are giving up the life. For example, there was a story in the Jataka stories where Bodhisattva was born as a monk, and he saw that one of the tigress, the mother tiger, she was so hungry that she was almost in the verge of eating her own cubs. So when the Bodhisattva he saw, and his heart simply, overpowered and overwhelmed by this compassionate heart, and then he thought that, well, instead of saving those cubs, I would give my own life. So he just surrendered his life. He just fell down from that cliff, the mountain. And then right there, he just fell down right in front of that cub and started to give up his life for the sake of saving those poor animals. Then that mother, the tigress, she sustained her life with this flesh of the ascetic, the monk, rather than eating those young cubs. So in that sense, he saved the life of others, the young ones, and gave the dana for gaining the enlightenment. He was fulfilling the dana parami, right? He was fulfilling the dana parami. That's why he gave his life as a parami, perfection of parami in an ultimate sense. Dana paramatha parami. Dana is called normal dana, dana parami, dana upaparami, dana paramatha parami. So when one gives an ultimate level, who doesn't care about his own life, and just give, just to remove the other suffering, that is called dana at its in the perfection, in the highest state. But here in this case, we don't know whether soldiers they give lives out of fear or out of anger or what kind of mental state they were. Right? So we cannot comment on exactly whether they're getting merits or not. But surely it's a good act for the sake of country if they lay down their life. But ultimately, one should actually get out of all this conditionality. One should actually aim for the nirvana. If our goal is very clear, we are actually thinking about our own country and we neglect the other country. We should actually go beyond this border and think about the universal, the world as one. When we have that mind of universal love or universal compassion for all beings, for the well-being of all living beings, then we can surely term it as a punya, as a merit, because it's going to help somebody. Punya is something which actually purifies our own mind. It brings us blessings in our life, and also it helps others. We actually extend our, we actually wish the well-being and happiness of others. So if these are the condition, if that are met, then we could say that, well, this is punya. But it's difficult to say whether the soldiers are getting punya or not.
Thank you very much, Bhante, for this detailed explanation about the state of mind while dying or while sacrificing their life. I'll take one more, Bhante. This is again, like I said, wasn't related to today's topic, but we had touched upon Pacceka Buddha and the difference between Pacceka Buddha and Sanmatan Buddha. So can we say that, Bhante, there are Pacceka Buddhas living in Himalayas today?
We can't say yes. They could still exist. They could still live in the Himalayas. But now, since the Buddha Sasana is there, the dispensations in the Buddha still exist. The world is not shortage of arhants. We have the enlightened disciples, we have the Buddhas, the Sammasambuddha dispensation is still alive. The Pachaka Buddhas, actually, they appear when the Buddha Sasana is on the decline, right? Or disappears in the world. That time the Pachaka Buddhas appears in hundreds, in 500s, in thousands, like in one of the suttas called Isigili Sutta. I would recommend to this person who asked the questions, you read the Isigili Sutta where the Buddha explains about Pachaka Buddhas. He says why this place is called Isigili, because the great sages, number of the great sages, the enlightened hermit Buddhas, they were inhabiting on this Rajagaha in Rajagiri. That's why that place was known as Isigili. And he just keep on enumerating explaining about the Pachaka Buddha's names. A number of Pachaka Buddhas. So the Pachaka Buddhas do exist, they do appear, but they appears at a time when the Buddha Sasana disappears. So when we say that Gandhara Nama Pacheka Buddha Imasming Isigilisming Viharati. Similarly, many Pacheka Buddhas. So please read that sutta on Isigili Sutta, you will get the answer more.
Thank you very much, Bhante. Bhante, we are coming on top of the hour, and with your permission, I was also able to take some questions out of the today's talk. Okay, Bhante, I'll take one more, Bhante, with your permission. This seems like an important question for today's topic. So, between the quality of dana and quantity of dana, which earns more merit, Bhante?
Actually, neither quality nor quantity, it is your mental volition, the intention that which matters. Even if you offer with good intentions, no matter a small quantity or a quality, no, that is not important. The external things have no role to play with the amount of result you get. You should have that pure intention of giving with alobha, adosa, moha, with kushala chitta, with wholesome consciousness, with faith, with wisdom. Then you get great result. So this should be very clear. People think that well, if we offer so many things, or we offer very qualitative, selective things, then we get good result. You might have heard about the story in not the story actually. They are the real incidents in this time. How people even by offering one handful of rice or one handful of not very expensive thing, maybe a kind of we call it as kalepuri in Karnataka, we call it as something like puffed rice or a piece of vegetable radish or anything for that matter. But they offered it with good volition. They offered it with right intention. Then they get good result. They get good result here and now. Some of them get result in Devaloka. They appear in Devaloka with all their glory. Some of them, they wish for the Nibbana, those who aspire for Nibbana. And when they offer to the Buddha, they get that enlightenment. They receive that vision of ultimate path and fruits here and now. So that is how it is. If the law of karma, it functions impartially with regards to what kind of intention one has. So it's the giver should keep in mind that what he offers, but other than that, he should also keep in mind the intention, the volitions. That plays an important role in order to determine the result. You can see in the Buddha's own life, there are many such examples. Okay, Pankaj, I think.
Yes, thank you very much, Bante. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it, Bante. Thank you very much, Bante. Bante, if you could conclude with the metta
Yeah.
for all,
We
Bante.
conclude with Metta Bhavana. Yes. Sukhi bhaveyam nidukho ahang nicham ahang viya hitacha me sukhi hontu majjata chataverino imam higama ketam hi tata hontu sukhi sada tato parancha rachesu Chakavali Sujantuno Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu